position here is I am what's called the executive director. And what that means is that I don't do very much at all, okay? But I let everybody else do stuff and they do it really, really well. I left Scotland after I graduated university in 1989 and 1990, and been living in the States since then, in Chicago, in New York City, in Cincinnati, Ohio, and now in the greatest city in the United States, San Francisco. So in 1990, I actually came to America, as I said earlier on, and I became the director of a summer camp in Wisconsin. The camp had its offices in Chicago, and I would travel in the 8-9 months of the year recruiting campers and hiring staff, and then in the summer run the camp in Wisconsin. I did that for 5 years, and then I went to New York City and ran another summer camp and a network of summer camps around the country. And then in 1999, my wife and I moved to Cincinnati, Ohio, where I became the executive director of one of the largest synagogues in the country. And I did that for 4 or 5 years, and then I went into private business with a dear friend of mine. But I was called up one day kind of out of the blue from a recruitment agency, a headhunter who'd said, "Hey, what about San Francisco?" And got a great opportunity in one of the most remarkable organizations in the country. And frankly, when it was explained to me, my wife and I thought, maybe we've got another adventure left in us, and our kids were young enough that we could move them without too much trauma. And here we are 19 months later, and it's just been a wonderful change in our lives, and a great place to work, and a great city to be living in. Great-grandfather grew up in Riga, Latvia, and when he got on a boat to come to Ellis Island, and the boat stopped off in Glasgow, Scotland, and my great-grandfather had had enough, and he got out. And that was one of the reasons why Jews came to Scotland, was because they just didn't want to travel all the way across the Atlantic. The other reason that Jews came to Scotland is that they were swindled. The captains of the boat said, "We'll take you to America," and the boat came to Glasgow, and the captains of the boat said, "You can either get out here, or we're going back to Latvia," in this case, and so they got out. Great Jewish community. I grew up with very little anti-Semitism, a very warm, welcoming, wonderful people, the Scottish people. And I had a reasonably traditional Jewish background. I actually went to Jewish day school, which existed in Glasgow, Scotland. And there were synagogues and Jewish life, but we were immersed into the overall society. Went to public high school, and was involved in a pretty kind of multicultural background of public high school. Just a good place to grow up, both as a Jew, but just as importantly as a human being. A great country, somewhere I'll always call home. I'm gonna let it shine, let it shine, let it shine. I always tell the people that I work with, and also anybody that asks me about how much I enjoy my job, and I tell people that I skip to work, which of course brings on the images of a young preschooler skipping into preschool, leaving his or her parents. And for me, the reason why I skip to work is this is just a truly remarkable place, and it's probably summed up in one word for me, which is variety. Every day is a different day here at the JCC. It can be something as highly sophisticated that we're doing, or something completely unintentional that transpires. And skipping to work, because we're helping to make people flourish and turn into great human beings and better human beings is really our mission here at the JCC. So getting out of bed every morning and knowing that is what we're trying to achieve here, frankly makes me skip to work.